Hey, welcome to another episode here on Hogtown Homestead. Like and subscribe if you feel so led. Great news. I have in my possession a Christmas gift from Micah, who was featured in an earlier video. And he sent me this microphone set for Christmas, and I'm very thankful for that. So shout out to Micah for sending this to me. We have everything that we need here in this box. I had to get an adapter for my iPhone because I don't have an analog jack to put the microphone in, but I do have a analog to lightning adapter. So I'm gonna get this set up and we'll see you out by the pigs. Hey, I got the microphone set up. We're outside on the homestead. Once again, welcome back to Hogtown Homestead. Like and subscribe if you feel so led. Today, we're gonna move pigs, and then I'm gonna show you all of the chainsaw work that we need to do in order to get our property ready to be fenced in this coming Friday. So stick around. Thanks for watching. Wow, look at how low that fence is.
We need to fix that right away.
We do.
And there's the pig.
All right, here we are. Let's get the pigs here in the background. Do you all see how low this fence is right now? That's crazy. They could walk right over it, which they just did. Clark, go get the feed. All right. All right. Wow, he stepped right over that. We only have a few weeks left on these pigs, and then we're going to be butchering them. Somebody turned this fence off. Oh, I didn't need you to turn it off, bud. Nope, leave it on. Leave it on. We're leaving it on so that it zaps them. Yeah. We're actually doing an every other day move now with the pigs. Hey. Hey. my gosh, he even bent this fence post. All right, folks, that's the pigs moved. We are good to go. That was actually, so that was actually a pretty eventful pig move. So right now I'm gonna finish taking down the old fence, and then we are going to load up the truck, and then we're gonna go show you guys the fence line that we need to repair and where the fence is going. I think Clark just got hit by the electric fence.
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, I was actually there.
Yeah. Be careful. I should have told you that I turned the fence on. So that was actually my fault. Now we're going to go, and I'm going to show you guys what we're planning to do with the fence. So here we go. My friend Terry Thompson, I think I said this in an earlier video, my friend Terry Thompson brought in a neighbor of his to take a look at our property and to tell us exactly how he would get this fenced in if it were his property. I also learned a lot from him. So, you know, I did this whole project where we were sowing winter oats and hoping that that was going to become a cover crop where the pigs had been. And Julian said, it doesn't matter what cover crop you sow here. The only thing that's going to grow back here is weeds. And the only thing that's going to grow back down there is weeds. So that drives home even more the importance of getting our property fenced in. Because he said that in order to get those weeds under control right away, you got to get ruminants in here in the spring that are going to eat those weeds while they're young. And I take that as very good counsel, because Julian has attended Greg Judy's grazing school. Julian is a lifelong rancher. I told him about Joel Salatin, and he said, yeah, well, yeah, I know Joel Salatin well. I've sold him a lot of cattle. So I was excited to have Julian's expertise on the homestead a few weeks ago when we talked about fencing in our property. And so he laid out a plan for us, and here's the plan. We are going to have a fence post from the corner of the barn, and it is going to go straight down this hillside. There is an orange stake down here that marks the corner of the neighbor's property, and we have to go through this dry creek bed. Now right now the creek bed is not very dry because we've had snow. There's the corner marker, so we're going to go through here, and as you can see, we got a lot of work to do with that. We got some old barrels we got to get out of there. We got to clear all this shrub. We also probably need to take down some trees. Something just moved in the water here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right there.
can kind of see its tail. Look at that. Look at that. He's got, that's a salamander. Or it might be a newt. Look at those orange speckles on his body. Isn't that cool? You want to hold it, Clark?
Sure.
All right, here you go. Nice, dude. Why don't you look at the camera? Hey,
This is what he was holding.
check out that awesome newt. Back in the water there, Clark. Nice.
Okay,
There he goes, swimming away, getting back in the mud. You'll no doubt notice that orange cross there. That is straight down from the corner of our barn, which is right there. So from here, we're going to run it all the way down this way. And as I'm walking, I'll also explain to you some of the other things that Julian recommended. Work within the budget, and our budget is pretty insignificant when you think about the amount of property that we have to fence in. But God is good and provided us some money to be able to do this. So anyways, so he said focus on what you want to fence in first according to your budget and stick to that budget. Do not compromise on that budget. And so this is the amount of property that we can fence in. It ends up being about half of our property. So maybe 8 acres, maybe a little less than 8 acres. So Julian said, fence in what you can right now and make it as secure as possible. Your next project, once you have your finances ready to go, your next project is to pick a sacrificial pasture, because you're gonna need, if you get 3 weeks of rain or 2 weeks of rain or however much rain, you want to have your animals in a sacrificial pasture that is more secure than the first set of fencing that you have set up. So that's what this is. This is going to become our sacrificial pasture. We have a cement pad in the back corner of this lot where we can put a pole barn with hay and keep animals enclosed, and that we can let them out and they can do whatever they want with this pasture, knowing that for the majority of the time they are going to be rotated within the confines of the pastures that we're setting up with our fence. If that doesn't make sense, you can go ahead and ask questions in the comment section below. But we're coming to this corner, and this is going to be the end of a fence line, and we're going to have a 12-foot vehicle gate, and then from here we are going to go all the way back through here. Clark, you don't need to follow through this. We're going all the way to the creek down here. Keep in mind that within this fence line, our animals will be contained behind electric netting or a single strand electric fence. And that's how we're going to rotate them within the pasture that we enclose right now. But as Julian was here and we started walking the property, we saw that we have a pretty good woven wire fence already. Now, this does need to be lifted up and repaired in certain spots, but it's still sufficient and we can make it work for our purposes. The problem with that is that it's about, I don't know, between 600 and 800 feet through little trees and woods like this that we actually have to go through and reestablish the fence line that moves along the creek. But for the most part, it looks like it is actually in good enough shape to where we can restore that fence line and use it as an existing fence on the property, which is a huge blessing because that's a lot of money that we get to save with that. So we're going all the way down this way. So here's an example of what we need to patch. This, I think, used to be a gate in the woven wire fence.
Fortunately, it's broken.
That's right, it is broken. And so what we're going to do, we're probably going to have to remove that T-post. We're probably going to have to remove this cedar post. And then everywhere that the fence is collapsed here, we need to pull it up and put new T-posts in and string up new woven wire, which
I don't know what's broken.
I just stumbled over some woven wire in the pasture. So this is where the fence is broken, and this is where we're going to have to fix it. According to the county, there are a lot of places where our property actually crosses over the creek. My main concern is to keep our animals from eroding the bank of the creek. And so I don't care if I lose 20 feet of woods over on that side of the creek. What I care about is keeping animals out of the creek and maintaining this area as a riparian area. So I don't know if you can see, I don't know if the contrast is good enough, but here's some more of that woven wire fence. Maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. But Julian says this is good enough, especially if we're containing our animals in electric fencing, which is what we plan to do. As you can see, based on the tangle in there of all these brushes and trees and thorns and all kinds of stuff, I have to go through there with a chainsaw and loppers and get that fence line secure. And it'll take a couple of days, a few days to do that, but it's something that has to be done. And I've had the utility companies come in to mark where we can't dig, so that groundwork is laid already. And they have sent me an email that says I won't be interfering with anything with the proposed project, and so we should be good to go to start this project on Friday. Finally, I am at the end of the property. So this is where we're actually going to start the chainsawing. That orange mark is the corner of our property. As you can see there, that is a cable route and a phone route. And it falls outside of our property. So if we dig post holes there and there for our corner bracing, we should be good to go. Then, as we go up this hill, we're going to be on just at the crown of this ditch as we run the fence line up. These are cable lines, and so we have to be on the inside of that, so we have to avoid that. The state has a 50-foot easement on roads, meaning that 25 feet on that side and 25 feet on this side, they're allowed to put utilities and things like that, which is why these are so far onto my property. So we're just going to go to the inside of that and work our way from there. So from this corner, we are going to move up We're gonna run the fence on the outside of these trees. So we're fencing those trees out according to Julian's recommendation. Somewhere around here, we have to be very careful because the septic clean out is somewhere around here. The county, the utility guys, should have been able to show me exactly where that is, and they should have spray painted that. So that's one thing I have to figure out. Where is the septic clean out? Because this right here is a septic field. And so we have to figure out where in all of this mess the clean out actually is. But anyways, we're gonna figure that out. That should be no big deal. So the fence is gonna run up this way. And we're not gonna follow the contours of the driveway. We're gonna take a straight line from that corner all the way up to this corner here. And this is gonna be the end of the fence line. So we're gonna put a corner here and then across this area here, give you an idea. On that corner, we are going to put a 16-foot vehicle gate. 16 feet is about from that corner to about that 2x4. And then right here, we don't need to use woven wire or anything like that. I'm gonna build a fence out of stuff, but that will have our pasture secured and nearly half of our property secured. So if the pigs get out, like the male did today, we still have them contained. And that's the job that we are embarking on today. Anyways, thanks again for watching another episode here on Hogtown Homestead. Like and subscribe if you feel so led. We actually have 54 subscribers now. So in the last week and a half, we've gained 7 subscribers, which is really cool. So, if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you like the content, go ahead and subscribe. I set a New Year's goal of publishing 3 videos per week. We'll see if I can hold to that. It probably won't happen this week, or it might, because I'll probably do a video about chainsawing, and then we have another huge project happening in our house, in our basement, and so I'll walk you through that. So I can do 3 videos this week. Stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you later.